What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today we are here for the APA week number 5, and it is the first time using our brand new team. You guys missed it. There was a little bit of a mini draft analysis that went up earlier in the week, so make sure to go back and check that out if you haven't already. Showed the updates to the team, the brand new team that we're bringing for the next 4 weeks, including this one over here. If you guys want to skip the team builder, there's a timestamp on the screen and in the description. But let's go ahead and jump into the matchup. Now, we're playing against the Columbus Cobalions and T. Rowe Price, and this is arguably one of the 5 worst matchups I've ever played in my life. Looking at the teams, looking at the matchups, my opponent has a Zapdos, which hard walls our Zapdos. It also happens to be a really good check to opposing Scolipeds and to many different Silvallies. It also hits the Tapu Fini for amazing damage. And there's the Tapu Lele, which changes my terrain, which again, that's not really that big of a deal. But then there's the Ferrothorn. This is one of the few teams that I have that doesn't have a way to reliably hit Ferrothorn, even though I have a Galarian Zapdos. It's just because there is a Zapdos on his team that makes it so much more difficult for me to be able to handle it. Other than that though, there is a really annoying Sneasel. Sneasel actually destroys my entire team. Really the only things I have that can consistently, not necessarily just do damage to it, would take a hit. It's going to be physically defensive, Tapu Fini, which is not a great bring, and then Silvally, but only certain Silvallies. So really not great. Other than that, like the rest of my mons, their stabs, it's hit super effectively by Sneasel stabs, which is really bad. And to make matters worse, they're just outsped too, which is just terrible. The only way it could be worse is if that was a Weavile. The Nidoking is annoying, Vaporeon, and the Delmise with the Ferrothorn, and I guess the Bewear to an extent form a really good and bulky defensive core. Yes, say Bewear is defensive, it can be very bulky. And Noivern is just annoying as hell. Honestly, this is an uphill climb for us. I'm hoping that we can do it. I want to give a huge thank you to the people who were able to give us quite a bit of a hand. Shout out, of course, to Incog and to Tiger for the help in the mocks. We made quite a few changes, and this is the team we're going with this time around. So, starting with our first mon, we are bringing our Silvally. Now, it is Silvally Electric. Fallen is here with Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, and Toxic this week. This set is fine. What it essentially is going to be doing for me is it hits basically everything for a neutral or better. It hits something like the Zapdos, the Ferrothorn, the Vaporeon, the Delmise, the Noivern, and the Sneasel, all for super effective damage, which is huge for me. I think the only mon doesn't actually hit super effectively is going to be the Entei, the Lele, and the Bewear, but Bewear has Fluffy, so it'll take extra damage from the Flamethrower. And Toxic is there for something like the Vaporeon if I need to, the Entei maybe even, and also potentially the Zapdos depending on if I need it in that situation. If it's like around half, then I can definitely go for Ice Beam. If it's not, then I have to go for Toxic to be able to wear it down for the rest of my Pokemon. In general, it's just a solid mon overall. It has speed to speed tie the Tapu Lele, which is pretty important on a matchup like this. And we also resist the offensive Zapdos' stab. So resisting Hurricane and Thunderbolt or Discharge or Volt Switch or whatever is really important with this team. And we're special because I don't want to take Helmet or Iron Barbs from the Ferrothorn or Static from the Zapdos. Our next mon is going to be Aquaria, our Tapu Fini here with the Choice Scarf this week. This is a lure. We're expecting to bring in something like the Ferrothorn or the Vaporeon and be able to pressure them once we get the Scarf tricked onto them, because once I get one of those two things, ideally the Ferrothorn tricked, I'll be in a really good spot. Moonblast and Scald hit everything for really good damage. Taunt is there to stop hazards from going up on the Ferrothorn, or Wish from the Vaporeon or whatever. Trick is also there, like I said, that's the goal. We want to trick the Scarf onto one of those Pokemon. Even tricking it to the Zapdos or the Nidoking, depending on what set I'm expecting, can be really, really nice. In terms of the investment that we have, our Fini speed at +1 allows us to outspeed anything that is not Scarf, so it outspeeds a Noivern at +1. And unless we are pressured, we basically click Trick against everything. And what I mean, when I say pressure, what do I mean? I mean, let's say it's a Sneasel at +2. I go for Moonblast instead of just trying to take the Poison Jab. I go for Moonblast, get the KO instead of tricking, whatever. That's the play, get the KO, move on from there. Moving on, our next mon is going to be Heimlich, our Scolipede here with the Focus Sash. This is our lead this week: Superpower, Endeavor, Toxic, and Spikes. Essentially, in every single mock I had, every single one of them, Zapdos was the lead, whether it was offensive or defensive. The only mon that I see that could potentially lead other than that would be maybe Ferrothorn and maybe Noivern. And that's really it. And if I see a Ferrothorn lead, I don't mind going for a Superpower and then a Spike. Or I don't mind going for a Spike and then Superpower, or whichever order I'm going to go into. As long as I can chip things down, I am happy. Ferrothorn being chipped down makes me really happy about that, and if I get a Spike up in the process, awesome. But really the focus is if I can get Zapdos in and Toxic it, that is huge for me. Toxic turn 1 as it goes for maybe a Hurricane or a Volt Switch or a Thunderbolt or whatever, and I can even a U-turn, I don't mind. and I go for Endeavor after, I'll be in a really good spot. We have speed for the Tapu Fini on this set because I don't expect the max speed Zapdos here, and we do have enough investments so that the Noivern's Flamethrower into U-turn will never KO me from full. And that's if it is a lead Noivern. Unless he gets the burn, obviously, which would just suck all around. Next up, though, is going to be Offensive Serena. Yeah, we're running a triple axle high jump kick, drop kick, and rapid spin. This thing, if I manage to get the +1 boost, which I can only do against very few things, something like the Ferrothorn in certain situations, the Vaporeon in certain situations, a Banded Sneasel locked into Ice Shard or something like that because I have Queenly Majesty, that's really it. And if I get the rapid spin off, then axle high jump kick and drop kick do wonders to this entire team. It's awesome. So ideally we can get that off. The investment we have is the same exact investment, I believe, as my Beanie. No, it's actually quite different. It's speed for anything. Yeah, speed up +1 for anything not Scarf. So basically the same thing. That's really it. We want to make sure we can speed quite a bit of things, and that's really what we can do. Protective Pads is there in case of static from Zapdos because we are running triple axle, but also there for the Ferrothorn Rough Skin Rocky Helmet will get the KO on me with the triple axle, which I don't want to do. So I'd rather make sure I have my health, and that's really why I'm doing it. Our next mod is going to be the Tunnel Zapdos. Galarian Zapdos is here with protective pads as well. Defiant because, again, the only ability. Thunderous Kick is really nice because if I force in the Zapdos, get a Thunderous Kick off on it, then close combat will do a lot more damage. It's also there really good to help out and break something like the Vaporeon, something like, I guess, the Beware in certain situations. Just depends on what I need. I don't want the drop in my defenses from the close combat. Brave Bird is great to help break down the Delmise for a potential Zygarde, which I'm not bringing, but in general, just a really solid Pokemon here. U-turn for momentum and speed ties the opposing Zapdos just in case. And then our final mon, this can do a lot of work if the Delmise is toxic or gone, if the Zapdos is toxic or gone, and if the Vaporeon is toxic or gone. So it's 3 mons. And if I can get them gone or toxic, I'm in a really good spot. It is a Body Press, Cosmic Power, Ice Punch, Resto, Chesto, Metagross. This thing is really good if those things can happen. If it does happen, I'm in an amazing position because I can just break through so many different things. Ice Punch has basically the things I'm going to be not clicking Body Press against. The Nidoking, the Tapu Lele, the Noivern, they either have no recovery rather, or they just drop to an Ice Punch. So I feel really confident about this set. It can do a lot of work. I just need to get the toxics on those few things, and I should be in a really good position with this Pokemon. In terms of the investment, we take a Specs Lele Shadow Ball, we take a Banded Entei's Flare Blitz at +1 and a +6 defense, a Baton Pass. What am I saying? I write BP, it's like acronyms. Body Press will always 2-KO a max HP, no defense Zapdos. So that's really nice to know. If it ends up being more of an offensive set, I can get the 2-KO on a guarantee, which would be very, very nice at the +6. That's our team. I'm worried about it. I really don't know how it's going to go. Secret word of the day is going to be Hamburger, and let's go ahead and do it. It's time to battle. All right, everyone, we are back. And unfortunately, we see double grasses, which makes a lot of sense considering that I have a Zygarde on my team. We do see the Zapdos, obviously, and we do see a Lele, so let's mark this down. So we have a Zapdos, we have Sneasel, unfortunately, Ferrothorn, we have Vaporeon, Delmise, and the Lele. Anything that I wasn't surprised to see? I'm not surprised to see, rather. I'm surprised I didn't see. I mean, Nidoking not being there is kind of cool. So I'm going to lead off here with Heimlich. That's my best lead. Hits everything for really good damage, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So let's lead off with this. And fingers crossed, hopefully leads off with Zapdos, and hopefully tries to just get some damage off of me. I can go for a Toxic on that. It'd be really big if I could. It'd be absolutely huge if I could. I'm nervous for this because honestly, I'm going into this game like, I don't want to say just try not to lose badly, but like try not to lose badly because this team is really, really good against my team. It's just the matchup's tough, and sometimes you're going to get those matchups. It happens. Just got to play around it the best that you can. So what is he going to lead off with here? I'm hoping it's the Zapdos. I'll take, I guess, Delmise because I can go for a Toxic on it, which would be nice. Scolipede, I can fire off an Adamant Superpower. So if it's not Scolipede, that's we want Ferrothorn. If it's a no defense Ferrothorn, we do half with Superpower. HQ GCS. It is the Ferrothorn. That's fine with me. We're probably going to exchange hazards here, which I'm okay with, actually. My team isn't necessarily very weak to them, outside of just my Scolipede. I do have Rapid Spin. So I'm going to go for a Spike here. We'll see what he does to me. If we see him go for like like a gyro ball against me. I think I just go for the attack. Stealth Rock is fine. I can get up a second layer of spikes here, which will be nice against everything but the Zapdos. We're going to go for another spike here. We're going to see what he does. So it looks like he's going to try and get up all his hazards against me, which is perfectly fine. Gyro balls me. I'm cool with this. I'm down to my sash now, or almost down by my sash. That's fine. And then I try and go for my Endeavor here. And we see what he does. If he goes hard into Delmise, so be it. He doesn't go hard Delmise. That's awesome for me. Chugging this thing down is huge. 2 layers of spikes. And down goes Scolipede. I am okay with this. Is it great? No, but it's okay. You gotta deal with 2 layers of spikes and his leftovers. Good to know. Okay. I can go into Serena here. Probably not yet, though. I can go into the tunnel and put in some work. I can go Silvally. And I think what I want to do is go hard into Silvally here. Alright. So we take the rocks. That's fine. I can go for a flamethrower here. It's pretty free. Vaporeon can come in. I don't think it wants to come in, though, considering that I'm a Silvally Electric. So I'm going to go for the flamethrower here, and we'll see what happens. If we get the KO on this, that's very nice for my Fiend. Very nice for Feeny. Because then, if we weaken Vaporeon enough, I may be able to just not need to trick at all. Which could be very nice. Switches out into Vaporeon. HQ, PZZ, into the Zapdos. Okay. Let's see how much investment this thing has. We got the... I didn't want the burn. I was going to Toxic it. No, I was going to Toxic it. Oh, it's so bad. I gotta go for the Ice Beam now. We did about 20-ish% to Zapdos. That's so unfortunate. That's 10%. I really didn't want that 10%. Max HP takes 46 to 55. I think it's got some special defense based on the fact that it was able to take the hit. That's so bad for me. That's so bad for me. I thought it was going well, and then the flamethrower burn, rather. If I just got a Toxic off on that, that'd been great. Ice Beam comes out. Let's do some decent damage to this. If it goes for Roost, good to know. That's actually really good damage. We see a U-turn. This thing that's amazing. I can now go into, wow. Wow. That's really good for me. Okay. That's really good for me. Just don't give it a chance to recover. Don't give it a chance to recover. Wow, we know this thing has U-turn. We know the Ferrothorn has Gyro Ball. Let's use 2 of them. And we know it has Rocks. And we know it's leftovers as well. Anything coming in takes 2 rounds of spikes now. Possibly Delmise comes in. And that means it can go for a Rapid Spin, which would suck, but is not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. If I see Lele, it means I have to go hard into Metagross. Does it? I think it does, considering I need to have the bulk. Sharky comes in, which is the Delmise. Okay. Let's take a look. Delmise against Silvally. Adamant Poltergeist does 126 at most, so it's not max attack Adamant. Max attack Adamant does 129 at most, so we still take the hit. Max HP takes 50 to 61 from the Ice Beam or Flamethrower, so I'm gonna go for it. Is that what I want to do, or do I want to Toxic it? I think I want to get the Ice Beam off. Getting that Ice Beam chip off is really important, because I want to keep things low. Beautiful. There's the Rapid Spin. It's unfortunate, but we knew it was a possibility. Wow, they did a lot. 129 down to 75. That's what, 54? That's a lot of damage. We're at 131. That's 56. Adamant +1 doesn't outspeed. Jolly +1 doesn't outspeed me either. No more spikes, which kind of sucks. I can go for a Thunderbolt here and hope that it gets the job done against this or something else. And expected Vaporeon even, which I think is honestly the play. Is it though? There's no more hazards. I'll go for my Ice Beam. I'll just go for Ice Beam. Which is out. Does it go Vaporeon? Did I overpredict this? GCS, which is Ferrothorn, I believe. Yeah, Ferrothorn. Very nice. So we'll weaken this even more. We're doing good. Yep, definitely in range of the next one. And we go for one more Ice Beam here. And Silvally gets a KO. That's good. Dhelmise is low. Zapdos is at like 10% or like 15%. Dhelmise is at like, I think 30-ish%. Rapid Spin, it's possible. I think it's banned. I was at 131. That doesn't make it can be. It's Adamant Band for sure. There's like, what am I missing? Adamant Band has a roll of 56. I was at 131. I got dropped down to 75, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't a crit. Darkrai. That is the Lele. Okay. Kind of wish I had U-turn, to be honest, but I do want to keep this thing around. I can go hard into Aquaria here. Get a trick off. I do have the tunnel in the back to protect me in case it ends up being not scarfed, which is useful. I'm going to go hard into 0 though. If we see a Shadow Ball, it's unfortunate, but I don't know. I don't think the Shadow Ball comes out. If it does, we should take 2. There's a Shadow Ball. Okay. So he's making plays. 176 down to 2nd. Jesus Christ. 176 down to 78. That. Okay. Cal. So we want Lele? Lele, that's the one. Not Specs. Jeez. I thought I'd take that hit better. How much does Feeny take from this? Not much. I can go hard into Feeny, so I'm going to do that. I imagine we see another Shadow Ball come out here. We'll get more information on it. There's 24 to 28 to my Feeny. There's another Shadow Ball. 134 down to 95. And the special defense drop. Okay. I can go for Moonblast here. I don't think that's the play though. What does Metagross like rest up on? What does Metagross rest up on? Vaporeon? This is a tough call here because I can go for the... I think I do go for the trick here. I go for the trick. Just stay... He's scarfed. This man's scarfed. I just gave him a... God damn it, man. Focus on me, come on. This I don't know why this always happens. I bring something that just can break through decently well, and I end up just sacking it off like this. Wow. How much would Serena do to this? To Lele? Triple Axel wouldn't do enough. Scarf Shadow Ball does 30 to 36 actually. It's not bad. I think that's what I gotta do here. I gotta try and get some chip, and what am I gonna I'm gonna leave this go. I'm gonna let this go, or I'm gonna let Metagross go. I can keep the Scarf in the back, so I'm gonna go and let Metagross go, I think. We're gonna let Metagross go. We're gonna let Metagross go. We know he's Scarfed. God, I'm not playing this well at all. So down goes Metagross after a bunch of overplays. So again, Serena takes 30 to 36 from the Shadow Ball here. This Pokemon can do really good things for me. Okay. Let's triple axle. Or rabbit spin, whatever. Switches out. Does he go into... Yeah, so he goes into this. That's fine. It doesn't matter because I KO with triple axle. We triple axle now. I was like, did we miss the second one? No, we didn't. So down goes the Delmise. I need to find a way to get a bit of chip on. I need to find a way to get a bit of chip on that thing, and maybe I should have sacked off Feeny instead. Hacker. That's the Sneasel. Okay. Bandit Sneasel kills me. I think I just lose to this. Yeah. I just played that situation there with Metagross and Feeny. I sacked off my Metagross for nothing. I sacked off basically my Feeny for nothing, and that's super, super bad. Okay. You can easily go for triple axle here. Do I go into Fallen though? And let it go, and then I go into Feeny and try and break? I think so, to be honest. I think I go sack off Fallen. I really... My options are super limited. I really had nothing I could have done on this. Thought I could do more. Triple axle. Yeah, I was gonna have to come down to like, is he gonna miss? That's what it has to be. We see Life Orb, but we do not see Life Orb. I can go into Aquaria now, which I will outspeed. And go to the Tunnel, which I think is the best thing to do. I gotta bluff the Scarf here. I bluff the Scarf here. I just gotta bluff it as much as possible. He switches out, yep. Into the Zapdos. This will drop now after rocks. If this is Helmet, then he knows that I'm Boots. That was a crit too, holy shit. Do I go into Aquaria? Because you can just go into Feeny after. We'll go into Serena. If he's leftovers, then we can Rabbit Spin. Get to +1. That might help. Not leftovers. Okay, so down it goes. It's a kill for Silvally. Once again, that crit actually hurts me now. That crit hurt. Insane. The crit hurt, the burn hurt. What are you gonna do? Vaporeon, Scarf, Lele. What else? This. Two Routons doesn't KO this. I'm just going to go for the high jump kick here, hoping he misses some triple axles. 1 hit. 2 hits. Miss, miss, miss. No. Yeah, so it's going to be like a 3-0 loss here, and I can't do anything about it. If I was Scarf, maybe I could have done something, but hey, it is what it is. I think that we KO with U-turn. I could be wrong, though. U-turn's a roll. If I was Scarf, I honestly think I'd have a chance, but I'm not. There's a Brave Bird here. The U-turn. I'm going to go for the Thunderous Kick. Ice Shards me, that's fine. So we got this thing gone, at least, which is nice. So it's going to be a 2-0. Like, honestly, like, the fact that this is a 2-0, I want to win every game that I can. I felt like I played decently well up until the Feeny shenanigans. If I just gotten some chip off, and that would have been great. Yeah, but I did not. And that's going to be pretty much one of the downfalls here. If this thing was not scarfed, if it wasn't scarfed, then I could have won, I think. Go for our Brave Bird. This is going to get the KO on me with Psychic, or Moonblast, or whatever. And it's going to be a 2-0 loss. Honestly, maybe sacking off Metagross wasn't the play. Maybe sacking off Silvally there was, like, to this thing. Because if it had gone, like, let's see. Let's go to, oops. Let's go sack this off. And then if we have Lele and level 50, and then let's go this against Silvally. Shadow Ball does... Shadow Ball would have done nothing to me. I could have put it in range of basically everything I needed. And that would have been great for me. But unfortunately, I did not. And it's going to cost me. So, a couple plays I made wrong. But honestly, I went to this game thinking we're going to lose just based on the matchup alone. You guys saw he had coverage. He had basically everything covered on my team many different ways. And it's not because the team is bad. It's just he had the best Zapdos Galar check in the game. He had 3 really good Zygarde checks. He had a really good answer to Feeny. He had a really good answer to Scolipede. He had a really good answer to basically any good physical Silvally that I could have brought. It happens. It is what it is. GG. We knew this was going to happen. We knew the loss was coming our way. It doesn't mean we didn't prep hard for it. But guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like on the video. Of course, it's very much appreciated as always. The full team builder, draft analysis, whatever you want to call it, for this is available on the channel as well from a few days ago. So make sure to go back and check that out, of course, if you guys want to see why we drafted what we drafted. I want to give a big thank you to our YouTube channel members. We have 5 of them, so shout out to our level 1s. We have Liv, Eric, and Zeke. Shout out to our level 2, Tone, and our level 3, Sully. Appreciate all of them for supporting. If you guys want to become a YouTube channel member, click the join button down below. Guys, subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. Secret word of the day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.